Well, hello, folks. I'm Jeffrey Darty, the Christian Whistleblower, and these are the original teachings of Yeshua. I should say the original teachings of Yeshua from the New Testament, or at least the diamond part of the New Testament, and not the dung part, because that's what we're really talking about. We also do a series on the Nag Hammadi scriptures. You can find that at jeffreydarty.com and christianwhistleblower.com on the home page. I do want to mention before we get into the scriptures, I'm having a sale on my Christmas books, the Christmas books that have been featured on Coast to Coast AM. We have a new one, a Christmas UFO story, and we have Curious Christmas Conundrums. They're both on sale for $2.50, the ebooks. And I've also reduced the price on the Diamond New Testament ebook. So go to jeffreydarty.com. Go to christianwhistleblower.com, get the Curious Christmas Conundrums book or the Christmas UFO story for $2.50 each, or what the heck, spend $5 and get two great ebooks that you won't find anywhere else. And you can also get the Diamond New Testament ebook. I believe that's been reduced to $7, and I think that's what it is. But we're going to continue with our study in the book of Mark as we study chronologically the teachings of Yeshua. And we're right down to this part where Yeshua goes to Peter's house. And when they were come out of the synagogue, they entered into the house of Simon and Andrew with James and John. So you've got Simon and Andrew, James and John. So four of the apostles and Yeshua. And they enter into the house of Simon and Andrew. So it was Simon and Andrew who were brothers. James and John were brothers. And they go into their house, and Simon's wife's mother lay sick of a fever, which is very interesting for my Roman Catholic friends, because they've been taught that Simon, who's Peter, was the first pope, and of course, if he was the first pope, he couldn't be married, and yet here's Yeshua showing that Simon, or Peter, had a mother-in-law, saying you can't have one of those unless you're married. So there goes another pillar of Roman Catholicism. Let's all take a moment and shed a tear as we move on. So they came, they told Yeshua, hey, look, Simon's mother-in-law is sick, and you take care of her. And then he came and took her by the hand and lifted her up, and immediately the fever left her, and she ministered unto them. Then at evening, when the sun set, they brought unto him, Yeshua, all that were diseased, and all that were possessed with devils, and the city was gathered together at the door, and he healed many that were sick of divers diseases, and cast out many devils. And he didn't allow the devils to speak, because they knew him. Now, we've just seen that the real gospel of Yeshua is preaching, so far as we know, the forgiveness of sins through water baptism, doing away with blood sacrifice. And then we also saw that part of the teaching of the gospel, part of the carrying out of the gospel, was the expelling of unbalanced spiritual entities called demons here. And now we see that Yeshua adds to the gospel the work of healing. So if you're asking yourself, what is the real gospel of Yeshua? Well, so far we know that it is water baptism for forgiveness of sins, the doing away of the blood sacrifice. That means no more blood sacrifice. That means no more Eucharist. That means no more communion. That means no more, oh, the blood of Jesus. There's power in the blood, the old rugged cross. All of that's gone. Not because Darty says, but because Yeshua said. All of this blood focus, this blood mania that we find permeating Roman Catholicism and Roman Protestantism is nothing but a desire to kick Yeshua out and bring in the bloodthirsty religion of the Lord. Roman Catholicism is dripping with blood. Roman Protestantism is dripping with blood. Your religion is a bloody religion. Your God is a bloody God. But the faith and the teachings of Yeshua, I have removed the stain of blood. They've been washed by the water of his words. So there is no more blood in the true religion of Yeshua. There's no more sacrifice in the true religion of Yeshua. There is water baptism. There is water baptism. What was the second thing? Expelling or rebalancing of demons or unbalanced spiritual entities. And now healing of sicknesses, healing of diseases. Very interesting. And I want to look at this part here in verse number 34. Mark 1, verse number 34. Let's go up to the interlinear and let's look at Mark 1:34. And it says that he did not allow the demons to speak. And speak simply means, as our internet connection catch up, chatter, to talk, to be talkative. Now, if you know anything about Pentecostals, they like to let the demons talk. If you know anything about, if you watch the Exorcist TV show or the Exorcist movies or any of these other silly, stupid, ridiculous movies that I sometimes watch because they are entertaining, they're letting the demons talk. They're letting the demons squawk. They're letting the demons chatter. Well, Yeshua said, don't let them speak. And let me tell you something. If you call me up and say, hey, Jeff, I want you to come do some paranormal cleansing for me, do spirit entity balancing for me, get rid of a spirit that's harassing me, a spirit that's harassing my family, it won't be doing any talking because we do it Yeshua style. Shut up and come out. We don't allow them to talk. We don't allow them to chatter. Number one, because I don't like them yapping their mouths any more than I like the Christians and the naysayers and the charlatans. Yap, yap, yap. I wish I could. Maybe I should try. I've never, that's not true. I did have a lady one time giving me stuff, and I told her to be quiet by the power of my intention, and she shut up. So maybe I should try it more often. But it's very interesting that we are not supposed to put on a show. We're not supposed to do any of that. We're supposed to not let the demons speak. And it was interesting that Yeshua said they knew him. What does this mean? They knew him. They remembered him. They appreciated him. They understood. They knew what he was doing. They grasped his great spiritual truth and reality. They knew him. They saw him. They understood him. They perceived what he was doing. They perceived who he was. They perceived what was going on. So they knew. They understood. They perceived by the senses. They discerned. They knew what was going on. So they knew that Yeshua was there. They knew that there was a new sheriff in town. And they knew that it was time for them to just get the heck out of Dodge. And I've got news for religion. I've got news for the people, the people that want to continue to keep you captive, even in the New Cage movement. Oh, did I say New Cage? I meant New Age. I've got news for all of you. We're coming with the message of water baptism. We're coming with the message of no more blood, brother. We're coming with the message of helping people relieve themselves of troubling spirits. And we're coming with the message of they're not talking, they're not squawking, they're not manifesting, they're just going. And that doesn't make for a great TV show. And we're also coming with healing. And we don't care what you think about it. Don't care what you think about it. Long hair, don't care. And we're learning what the original gospel of Yeshua is. The original teachings of Yeshua are being brought out to you in plain old English. I like that. Long hair, don't care. That should be on a t-shirt. Sorry, a little bit silly. Been doing a lot of work, putting out a lot of videos. But man, this is good stuff. And this is all stuff that you need to unindoctrinate yourself.